Hey there, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Good morning, guys. And it's almost close to the new year. So hopefully 2026 is going to be better than 2025 was. So that's what I wish for all of you. And let's get started. So for today, I'm going to be just giving you very briefly what I think we had to look forward to in 2026. First of all, let me wish you all a very happy new year. All our regulars who have supported me throughout, I wish you the very best. The very best to Inf, Jesse, Michael, Hot Dog, David Best, and everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize because there are so many of you who participate. Thanks for all your support. And Uddhav, Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks for joining. I would just like to briefly summarize what's happening right now, in my opinion, and what to expect in 2026. I think at this point of time, it's a sobering event. Some sources say that all the big investors have already repositioned themselves for the year end. And if you look at the trading volumes, let us go to the indicators. If you see the trading volumes have been declining. So it's basically the straggling retail investors who are trading at this point of time. Even the QQQ, you see the volumes have dropped. So what we see here is just like a plain gliding. You see futures also, all the volumes are dropping. NASDAQ futures also, volumes are dropping. So nothing much to be done today. We are precariously poised over a support out here. This support today is at 6,930.50. Right now we are at 6,936 for S&P 500 futures. The question is, are we going to drop below that? With low volumes, volatility is likely to be high. So we may potentially end up with a candle which is just full of a wick and maybe a very narrow body. Let us look at NASDAQ futures. The NASDAQ futures are already below the resistance level of 25,739.25. Right now it's at 25,621.75, down 0.21%. And our support is going to be somewhere in the region of 25,607. Again, a very narrow trading range today, in my opinion. Nothing dramatic. Dollar index is on a parallel channel, moving all the way down. And yesterday's candle was a very bearish candle, very long wick on the top, a red candle, and still within the parallel. So for today, I expect further downsides. Right now, the DXY is down 0.02%. And then we have VIX, which is going up further. Yesterday also, we started higher and then we went down. So we have a red candle. Today also, we have started higher and we have gone down. So let us see where it ends up. And gold has lost 0.60%. This is a significant move because we have this diagonal line of resistance and we have fallen below it for the first time. And I think on 30th of December, we had a very bearish candle. I'm just going to expand this, recalibrate. And just give me a second while I recalibrate this. And yeah, so we have a candle out here, which is like a doji candle because both the wicks are equidistant. So a little bit of indecision out here, but for sure we have a resistance today at around 4,346.51. And tomorrow's candle will help us understand whether we have confirmed this resistance or not. There's a huge area of support at the bottom at 4,248.36. And this is a situation where everybody, the driver and the cook and everybody thinks that gold is going up and they want to buy. And this is when most of the people in the know would like to download and take profits. So I think that's what happened out here on the 29th of December. And once we hit this support, I think we are due for a bounce, and that could be the next leg for gold. And at this point of time, whatever target we had for us at 4,661.285 starts to look a little bit untenable. So I'm going to watch gold, what's happening with gold. I already have profitable stakes out there. I'm not selling any of them. But what I would possibly do is to do a dollar cost average. Put call ratio is neutral to bullish. And let's go on to have a look at the US 10-year yield. US 10-year yield is higher than it was on the previous day, but it is declining. We'll have to see how it goes for today. But right now it's on the decline, which is a thing that we have to contrast with what's happening with Japanese yen. Japanese yield of the Japanese 10-year bond is up 0.007%. So the differential shows that the Japanese 10-year bond is getting stronger and stronger in terms of its yield as compared to the US 10-year. And that is the differential that we are looking for. We still are marching towards a target of 2.12 for the Japanese 10-year yields. Next, let us look at the USD JPY pair. USD JPY pair is back on the march up again. However, if you look at the market sentiment, it is bearish, and also MACD is bearish. I'm just going to reduce the arrow out here, and I wouldn't say this is going down, but this is kind of consolidating right now, and it's still above average. So we don't know what's going to happen to this pair, but as I said, there'll be a gradual adjustment between USD and JPY, and therefore I don't think this is going to be a problem for the stock market, like a big bang kind of a problem. It's going to be a gradual easement. Now let's go on and have a look at some of the key aspects. Let's look at the indicators. S&P 500 is still within the parallel channel. I think this was a evening star. We have had a trend reversal. So our support is first going to be 6,864, and then it's going to be 6,836, and this is the gap fill that we are looking at. 6,836 might not end up being the actual support depending on when we reach here, because we have this diagonal line of support of this parallel channel, which for today is going to be at around 6,837.20, and with every passing day it's going to go up. So that's where we are with S&P 500. Market sentiment, though it is bullish, it's tending towards neutral. MACD, though bullish, is tending towards the signal line to cross over to the bearish side. And momentum, even though it's above average, it's a bit flat and moving down towards the average. Let's look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ also has had a trend reversal, but yesterday's price action kind of recovered most of the gains that we had and moved to the downside. So today we'll have to see what happens. We'll have a resistance somewhere around 25,615. There's this huge band of resistance, and we will have support at 25,382.34. So that's what we are looking for today. Market sentiment bearish, MACD also bullish but tending towards the signal line, and momentum, it's above average but flat and declining. Let's look at QQQ, which is down 0.16% in pre-market trades. And this particular candle that we are seeing here looks very bearish, but the day is still young. And when the market opens, let us see what QQQ does. There is a huge area of resistance, a band of resistance, starting at 623.95. Then we go and have a look at key stocks on AI. NVDA is up 0.38% in pre-market trades. There's a consolidation out here, but I don't know what it means. Yesterday was a doji candle, so market also doesn't know what it means. So I would not have any predictions on NVIDIA. Again, today it's going to be low volumes. I would say today is a kind of write-off. No major decisions can be made today. Meta is down 0.15%, a lot of consolidation. We are watching a potential cup and handle pattern with a target of around 786.90, but we have not yet come towards the neckline, which is 676.86. So this is a big tease because we have a second cup and handle forming out here for Meta. I have some Meta which I have been holding. As I said before, my lesson is that I shouldn't judge, be premature. I bought it prematurely, assuming that I could buy it at cheap, and then there's going to be a good breakthrough, and we will go to 786, and I'm suffering with that. So let us see if in the new year Meta can break out and actually start moving towards this target, because it's a very strong target with a huge gap down that needs to be filled up. So let's see what happens. Google is down 0.22% in pre-market trade. It will get a support today at around 310.36, which is the bull flag, upper end of the bull flag. Amazon is down 0.10%. A lot of consolidation out here. It's a bull flag that we are looking at. Hi, hot dog. Happy New Year to you. And this bull flag needs to break out on the upside. The bearish market sentiment has improved. It's almost neutral. MACD is already bullish, and momentum is above average. It's a little bit flat, but tending upwards. A lot of room on the RSI. So I'm thinking that in the new year, probably Amazon has got a good chance of trying to take out this topping tail that we had, this very bearish candle. To take it out, it has to close about 239.12. That's where I'll peg the resistance for us. Apple is down 0.20. Oh, wait a second before we go. I think that if you look at the consolidation out here, you could potentially see that there's a resistance of 232.86, which is where we have been pushed down. And today we are at 232.32 for Amazon. Will it be able to break out above that? That's a big question. Now let's come to Apple, which is down 0.19%. This diagonal line of resistance proved to be a resistance yesterday. Could it be a resistance today at 273.61? Pre-market, we are at 272.55. So that's a level that you have to watch out for. Microsoft is down 0.03%. It was in this parallel channel, but it has kind of broken out. Will it be able to confirm out of this? For that, it has to close above 489.92. Not sure if it can do that. Pre-market, it's at 487.33, down 0.03%. So for today, it's going to get a support at 486.20, a very strong support, which is the horizontal as well as the upper end of the parallel channel. So it's looking good in terms of a support out there. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bullish, but tending towards the signal line. Momentum is just at average, so we can't say anything specific. But if we close above 486.20 and retain the support there, I would be happy. Tesla is up 0.36%, trying to stage a comeback. The gap down has been filled up. Market sentiment, which was bullish, is becoming neutral. MACD, which was bullish, is now bearish, and momentum, which was above average, is now dropping. Volumes are also reduced, so we'll see what happens with Tesla. I don't have a verdict either way. I am short Tesla, but I'm afraid to bet against Tesla. Call it PTSD of some sort. So I would avoid that. Tesla is something that I don't want to talk about. Oracle is the next one. Oracle has support at 196.53. Right now we're at 196.52. So that becomes a resistance. Are we going to be able to break out above that? I don't know. We'll watch. There's a huge leverage, and also I think the overall market is a bit leery about stocks like Oracle, SMCI, Broadcom, because of the investment in AI bubble kind of a theory. Next, let's look at AMD. I'm negative on AMD. I have AMDD in my books. AMD is down 0.53% in pre-market trade. There is a reverse cup and handle in the formation, and it has not yet triggered. Again, another mistake I made this year towards the end of the year, buying something before the pattern has triggered. So we are looking at a potential. Let me just put the trigger back again. This is the trigger point for the cup and handle. We came down, we created some kind of a new support line at 197.81. We also have support out here. Let me mark this green. This is a support at 203.52, and we have resistance at 230.22. Now, I'm still thinking that this reverse cup and handle pattern is still viable, but it's taking a long time. The bearish MACD is starting to improve. It has become bullish. The bearish market sentiment is starting to improve, and momentum is still at average. Right now, pre-market, we are down 0.53%. So I'm very cautious about AMD. I might cut the losses and sell it. I don't need to do it right now. I'll watch it for the first quarter. If it breaks above 220.43, I'm going to sell off my AMDD. SMCI is up 0.10. Again, SMCI is something I'm bearish on. I didn't pull the trigger too early, I think, but still I'm on the little bit of a negative out here. I want it to break down below the support of 28.95. Right now, pre-market, it's at 29.68. Let's see what happens. The market sentiment is becoming almost neutral. MACD, which is bullish, is tending towards the signal line, and overall momentum is weak. But I think I bought it a little bit early, and that's why I'm still suffering. So let us see what happens with the stock going forward. I have SMCZ. I had bought puts also, which I lost a lot of money on. So that's all a lot of learning lessons learned so far. Hope I remember them. Broadcom is down 0.34% in pre-market trade. We have support at 338.89 this morning. We are at 348.66 in pre-market, down 0.33%. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is also below average. Broadcom is not looking that great right now. This could be a bear flag breaking down and coming downwards. Palantir is down 0.30%, a whole lot of bearishness out here. Pre-market, we are down 0.30%. Market sentiment, which is bullish, is now tapering towards neutral. MACD has already become bearish. Momentum is below average. We will have support somewhere around 177.38. SMH is up 0.11% in pre-market trades, precariously sitting on top of 362.98, which is the support. Pre-market, we are at 363.72, up 0.11%. Tempus AI is something I'm watching closely. I think there'll be a dead cat bounce when we come to 59.48. It's down 0.33% in pre-market trades. It's at 60.19. Even though I'll be watching it closely, I don't have the kind of money to take a new stake out here, hoping for a bounce back, given that the overall market seems to be negative in my opinion. So logically, for my framework, it doesn't fit to buy Tempus AI, but I'm pretty sure that it's likely to bounce back on hitting that. And one has to be very careful. It'll be a short-term bounce back in my opinion. So let us see what happens next. It was a bear flag which was triggered, so it has got to go down further. Let me put a trend line out here and work out the bear flag. So this is the bear flag pole, and if I took this and assume that this is the breaking point and take it down, then ideally it has to go to 51.32. I don't know if it will do that because it will get a lot of support at 54.86 before it can go down further. But guys, you know, I'm just a retail investor. I'm not a technical analysis expert. I could make mistakes. And again, technical analysis is just probability. So if you have a stake in Tempus AI or planning to buy or something, just use this as my thoughts and do your own due diligence on that. Now let's go on to look at genomics and quickly look at some of the big ones. I'm still looking at Pfizer. I have it in me as a long-term holding. Still a cup and handle pattern, slightly positive this morning, up 0.04%. But market sentiment, MACD, momentum, everything is bearish out here. I hope it doesn't come and fall below this. You're getting back into Tempus AI at 54 hot dog. All the best. All the best. I'll be watching that and I'll congratulate you when you make that money. I don't have the guts to get in right now on that green line, but thanks for letting me know what you're thinking. Prime is flat in pre-market trades. We had a kind of support, which I was hoping would work out here, but it did not. We are already broken down that and it's become a resistance. I would like to see us break out above this resistance. Then I would be happy. Right now, we will get support somewhere around 3.29. Pre-market, everything is flat for Prime. Intelia is up 0.06% in pre-market trades, and the diagonal line, that's this kind of dynamic line of support, is going to provide support at 9.05. Pre-market, we are at 9.07. Just putting this out here. Then I'd like to see Caribou because I have it in my portfolio. It is negative. Again, I pulled the trigger a bit too soon. I pulled the trigger somewhere out here when I thought we had a bull flag coming, and then it came down. It went up and then it came down. So I have it in a heavy loss position. I'm holding on to it right now. It has got a target of 1.57. Right now it is at 1.54. So once it meets the target, I think it could potentially bounce up when it comes to 1.50. So a very painful route for me out there. Beam still has this cup and handle target of 30.89. It's got a whole lot of consolidation out here. It's already broken out above the neckline. So I don't know what's happening out there. I'm eagerly looking forward for it to break out of this consolidation and either touch the resistance at 30.71 or go ahead and complete the target of 30.96. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, but tending towards the signal line. Momentum is above average, but flat. And pre-market, we are down 0.07%. We are at 27.80 today. Altimmune is flat in pre-market trades, very, very bearish. Editas has got no trades in pre-market trades, but it's looking absolutely bearish. Illumina has got no trades pre-market, but I have drawn this bullish channel. I think for today our support is 130.97. And let's look at CRISPR Therapeutics, which is down 0.15%. We had a support at 53.21. We have fallen below that. We are at 53.11 pre-market. I'm going to mark this as a resistance. And let us see what happens when the market opens. We should have some kind of a support at 51.48. With every decline, I think CRISPR Therapeutics starts looking attractive. Allogene is down 0.76% in pre-market trades. The next one I want to see is Grail. Grail is down 0.12% in pre-market trades. Huge band of support at 77.63. But right now, I think we are looking totally bearish for Grail. The other one I want to see is PACB, which is up 1.16% in pre-market trades. It could get some kind of resistance at 1.77. Right now we're at 1.75. ARCG is down 0.10%. This cup and handle pattern seems to be whittling away. I'll wait a little bit more. And right now we have support today at 28.29. Vertex is still on the bull channel. And for today, the support is going to be 448.96. Ginkgo Bioworks down 0.12% in pre-market trades. And let us look at Precision, which is down 0.23% in pre-market trades. I'm going to remove all these extraneous. As you can see, I have already cleaned up the chart for 2026. We'll see what happens. Right now, I don't have any prediction for Precision. Eli Lilly is up 0.20% in pre-market trades. We'll have resistance at 1,111.07. I'm marking it red. And then we look at Ultragenyx. After the huge drop that it had, Ultragenyx has recovered quite a bit. It was a knee-jerk reaction. Today, pre-market, we are down 0.09%. I would look at some kind of a consolidation out here and us getting back into the 30% on the RSI. Nothing much to report out here apart from that. Now let's go on to currencies and look at Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? Bitcoin USD. Now Bitcoin is staging a little bit of a comeback out here. It's gone above this line of resistance and converted it into a support. And yesterday, we had confirmed this support because yesterday we closed at 88,516. So the previous days, we have already made this a good support. So I think if we come back to this support, we're going to bounce back up again. We are going to have a resistance today somewhere around 90,346.36, and we are moving up here. So in this context, I want to say that market sentiment is bullish. MACD is also bullish, getting stronger. Momentum is just about to break through above average. And we have had a lot of consolidation out here. So we got to have made a base out here at 87,476 and move up in the new year. If that is the premise, then I want to go and look at another stock out here. Let me go down to this and look at MSTR. Okay, this is pure speculation, guys. This is pure speculation, and I don't want you to lose money based on this, but I'm thinking that MSTR, I was doing a Google search and trying to look at, this is the very beginning of my investigation into this. I was asking, is there any delta between its market cap and current value of Bitcoins in its books? And what I got as answer is that there is some delta available, but we have to remember that there's a lot of debt on the books for MSTR. The financial leverage is a bit high. Financial leverage, when it is high, means that when there is profits, very less has to be paid to the interest on the debt, and more is left over for payment to the shareholders. So highly leveraged companies, like for example Oracle, they have high profitability available for distribution to the shareholder, but at the same time, when the profits drop, a good portion of whatever is the profit goes towards servicing the debt. So there's a wild fluctuation in the gains for the shareholder and the risk profile of the stock. So that applies to MSTR. But as we keep on going down, I think MSTR has got a huge opportunity. Let me go into the 1 week time frame and move this out here. So we had a huge drop. Around 71%. And we have this diagonal line of support, which has momentarily become a resistance. But if we jump back on this resistance and convert it into a support, I think we have an opportunity of gliding down along with this, and then we potentially would get support at $113, somewhere around 113.83 or $114. And then we could have another big support. This, I think, is a significant support. I'm just doing this on the fly out here, guys. So I'm just adjusting this a little bit and saying a support at 108.68 would be a good dollar cost averaging opportunity. But before that, I think we may get on top of this diagonal line of resistance, and we have until I think 24th of August 2026, where potentially we could have this slide, unless we form some new chart patterns here which are bullish and we start taking off from there. So right now we don't have any bullish chart patterns. Right now we are bearish because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, though it is improving. Momentum is below average. The only thing that is going for MSTR is potential dead cat bounce, where we could also make a mistake thinking that it's going to turn around now and it's going to bounce back. So those buys are likely to either create a consolidation out here or create a situation where we move along with this diagonal line of resistance, which could perform the role of support and resistance intermittently, and we glide towards this huge support where it is more likely to move upwards. So it's a question of doing some kind of a dollar cost averaging. I'm not going to begin that right now, but I'm definitely looking at this transaction. I would like you guys to give me a feedback on what you think about this. So with that, guys, I would like to bring our session to an end. And before going away, I would like to come back on the screen and wish you all a very happy new year with the Hot Dog, Inf, Jesse, David Best, Michael, everybody. A very, very happy new year's to you all. And Hot Dog, I think your happy new year is coming very close. I hope you have a great one with yourself and your family, and hope 2026 is very profitable to everyone. So guys, with that, I'd like to say bye for now. See you later. See you in the new year.